Good afternoon, everyone. Giacomo Fasano, author of Revolutionary Power Cycles. Thanks for joining me today. I'll try to make this quick. An overview on my book. What's the matter with you people out there? We're talking toxins. We're talking what's killing people. Lead, nickel, triglycerides, fats, and blood. We're talking elements, periodic chart of elements. This is what is getting in your body after you're born and changing your cells' composition. We're water-based. We have 42 liters of water in our body. Our cells carry the largest amount of water. The area around our cells is second, and the blood third. They become infested with these toxins. We eat them, we drink them, we breathe them. You can't avoid them. You can do something about it, though. God designed our body to have something called the human sweat system, built right in, with 2 to 4 million sweat glands, fully integrated with all your top 3 carriers of water, including your fourth, the brain. Yes, the brain, which weighs 3 pounds and is 3/4 water. That's 3 bottles of water in your brain. And I'm going to give you a way to clean that water, guaranteed. Because when you do my power cycle program and you shed a liter of water from your body from hard exertion, that's 2% of your body water. Guess where that water is coming from? You got it. It's coming from those top 5 sources. It's coming from your cells, the area around your cells, the blood, your brain, and your lungs. Guaranteed. It has to come from those places. I don't understand science and government. How they've looked at the human sweat system as a way of cooling the body down as its primary purpose. Are you kidding me? You think I'm crazy? I'm not the one crazy here. It's the science community and everyone not gravitating to this right now. This is God's campaign, not mine. I've said that all along. He's chosen me to speak for him. He chose a good person because I'm going to be very persistent and very clear and concise. And I'm going to present this like it was our case. And circumstantial evidence, just like a good lawyer who can get someone convicted. And you're the judge and you're the jury. And the facts are there. The government agencies, various ones, are all quoted. We know what lead and other toxins do. This is the way to carry them out of your body. It was designed 2 to 4 million sweat glands, 90,000 open pores all over on your whole body. It's a sprinkler system. It's there for a reason. When he decided to make our body water, he had to think of the sweat system first. Very first thing, the most vital system he had to make after he decided our bodies would be full of water was the sweat system. Yet we just don't even get it. No wonder why 9 out of 10 people are dying of cancer and heart disease. No wonder why. No wonder why 9 out of 10 don't run and sweat hard into their elder years. There's a correlation. Most everybody's not pumping out the water in their body. Most everyone's paying a price. Every single one of the elements in your sweat, a liter of sweat, carry an ailment directly from them. Sodium and salts lead to high blood pressure. Sugars mess with diabetes. Lead, nickel, mercury, arsenic, guaranteed cancer and heart disease. Something's causing these things, right? It has to be something from the chart of elements, periodic chart of elements. It has to be. That's what the world's made of. So they rank them based on what's done to humans already on toxicological reports, right? Deceased people, they study, take autopsies, and they rank lead number 2 because it shows up the most. It's killing us. And I'm here telling you it's in your sweat, and you can sweat out 200 to 300 milligrams in just 10, 20 years. I'm going to neutralize the effect of lead in all the elements if you listen to me. I'm 48 in July. I don't look it, I don't feel it. And I'm going to be running the beach on 100, looking very similar. Because I'm going to be the first person to have embraced this concept fully. The only ones that have are athletes that get paid to do it. And that's the only reason why they're probably running and sweating, because they don't even realize that you're just getting the byproduct of their job. They get millions to do something they love, and then they turn around and sweat the power cycle parameters by running the same parameters 4 to 7 miles. And this is what they look like, and they're doing it secretly. God, the only people who did God's way of cleaning the water out of their body were people who had to get paid for it, essentially, until now. And I promise you, mark my words, this will surface. as the biggest tool going forward to protect your body. As a matter of fact, we are in a century in which things are going to come to a culmination soon. Nuclear use in the last 100 years, industrialization, pollution have all led to a toxic environment that's harming our bodies. And we do have an avenue to neutralize it in our own bodily water. And the power of moving water, riptide effect like the ocean, that's what God gave us. The harder you run on a basketball court, the more the sweat's pouring out because your heart is the pump. The more it's harder the pump's going, the greater the force of the water coming out and being excreted through your sweat glands, or I say open hoses. Okay? It's a fact. We need hard energy to get this pump going. And that's the way it is. It's like a pool, with a filter and pump. It needs that to filter out the elements so it keeps it clean. It's the same with our body. This is why he thought of it first. Then he thought of our skin, which we were buried into, and I'm seamlessly integrated to every single part of our body that carries water. And it's a reason for it. It's so elementary. I want to make a cartoon. I'm going to do a cartoon video. It's going to be a cartoon guy and all these elements going in the body, eating them, and then he just runs and water comes out of his body and it carries these little particles with it, and he lives a long, happy life. That's what we're talking about here. It's just fundamental basics, okay? We missed the boat. They missed the boat. They haven't concluded this yet. It's amazing. Okay. We talked about the human sweat system being recognized for cooling the body down as opposed to being the primary tool to keep all the other systems healthy by getting rid of particles that will harm those organs and systems over a long haul. We were not born with all these metals and chemicals in our body. We're born very pure and we grow up and we accumulate them. And it's what we know as aging. And aging is nothing more than your cells changing composition because of the influence of toxins. That's what they're doing. They're changing our cells and they change the way they look. Your skin, your hair, your nails. If you flush out the water, everything stays healthy because your cells are staying vital. I mean, your cells are the largest carrier of water in your body. It's a fact, quoted from the book. It's the area around the cells, the second largest carrier of water. The blood, the third. I mean, these are where the water's coming from when you pump out a liter. It's dragging these particles out. Alzheimer's, dementia, being caused by lead accumulation. The World Health Organization on page 1, and the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, and the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, all government agencies, all government agencies, they're the ones saying lead's going in the brain, liver, and kidneys. It deposits in those areas. Lead in the body deposits in the brain, liver, and kidneys. There's no effect of it. Science community, no one's saying what the effect of this lead in the brain is. Come on, we have Alzheimer's and dementia. We don't know what causes it. I'm telling you what's causing it. It's lead accumulation and other elements. Metals that have radioactive properties like lead and mercury are not going to get along with the human cells, especially the ones that have thinking, a second personality to them. They have a thinking capability, or like our brain cells. So it's simple. They're coming in. The accumulation is random. We're not going to be able to tell where the lead goes in the brain. For the most part, our brain does a good job of dispersing lead, and it's very evenly. And most people don't get brain ailments. However, since it's random, okay, you're talking about moving water with these elements, they land wherever they want. And like a sea storm on a boardwalk, the hot dog stand guy has a lot of sand on his door, and the guy at a hamburger right next door has none. That's the random nature of wind and high circulation. That's how. Now, if we get the accumulation occurs in one spot of your brain, more by bad luck, guess what? Your brain has 14 parts, and each part has a different function, right? Doesn't that match up to the personality of the brain ailment? So now you have this random accumulation of lead, and it happens to just accumulate in one spot right here in the front, that's your front lobe. It's in charge of memory. Well, now it takes out your biological function of memory, and you have dementia. What if it accumulates in the back right lobe, and that's the area that's cognitive thinking? Well, now you can't drive your car because your cognitive thinking, your cells are warped from the lead. That's how it works. Maybe ALS is accumulating in the back of your brain where neurons for muscle movement are. It matches up. The time frame of accumulation of lead over decades matches the onset of when these brain ailments come. I'm guaranteeing you lead accumulation in the brain, as well as mercury and whatever else are causing these. People are not sweating hard and not flushing out the water in their brain. I told you the brain weighs 3 pounds and it's 3/4 water. That is 48 ounces of water in your brain. When I run and 6 miles, 7 miles, and I'm sweating a liter, I feel it coming from my brain because it is sweating. It's coming right from my brain. It's the 4th largest carrier of water to the body. We have a way of cleaning our brain. This is a way of cleaning our brain, sweating hard. Yes, it's the new genius drug. When combined with endorphins and neurogenesis, the process of splitting up a cell into 2 new cells and getting rid of a dead piece. Yeah, check out that slide on Facebook. Check it out in the book, Neurogenesis. Combine that with endorphins, combine it with getting the lead out of your toxins out of your body, all in one session, and you have the new $400 pill genius drug called the Power Cycle 68 and sweating heavy through exertion. Yeah, they were selling a pill on Wall Street that wanted to change the brain cells. 90% of them don't have function, 10% do. They were trying to create a pill which would make the 90% of the cells that don't think like the 10%. Well, guess what? The FDA said we don't want to know about this possible side effects of that. Okay, everything's a pill. Everything's a pill. Guess what? There's no pills. This is God's pill. Run and sweat heavy. Live a long life. I promise you. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna lead by example. But I fell on this by accident. Okay, it wasn't about this. It was about me and looking good and running and sweating. I'm writing a book, and I was convinced about sweating and running before I knew it was conclusive on the facts. And boy, did the facts back me up when I started to research them. I'm on a roller coaster ride, and so are the elements out of your body. And it's so important to please listen to me and just spend 5 hours a week, which is only 2% of your time. It's 166 hours in a week, and you're going to take 2%, and just make those your top priority. And you're going to walk. You're going to start running. You're going to walk, and you're going to sweat heavy. And you're going to get better at it over the years. I've been doing it 11 years. You get better at it. It's like a machine. You got this water machine. It's so great. It's unbelievable. I just wish I could tell you how powerful it is. I experience it almost every day. You got to start to tap into this. This is real. This is your life. This is your life. Let me tell you something. I'm going to get firm now. Toxins, their accumulations come out of left field. They come out of nowhere. 30, 40, 50 years old, you may be fine. All of a sudden, boom, they come on hard like a storm. And when they come on, it could be the end real fast. You don't want that. You don't want to think you're doing good looking in the mirror at 35 and all of a sudden I see it. It just hits. I see people my age that they don't look right. The toxins are taking over their body. I mean, this is what aging is. Listen, I have parents. Listen, I understand the sensitivity of this all. But guess what? We got to change at some point or this world's not going to exist. Man-made pollution of mercury in our seawaters from needles and syringes. I have it quoted in the book. It's like 7% of a year. It's feeding our algae. The fish eat the algae. We eat the fish. It's like a spiral just going out of control. The world may come to an end because of mercury imbalance in our atmosphere. You can see the climate changes already. If we don't get the lead out, the mercury is going to cave us in. Nobody's been getting the lead out of their body. Nobody. 99 out of 100 people have not. Only paid athletes and a select few that run hard. There's not that many. 9 out of 10. Why is there 9 out of 10 people dying of the backups? What the cause of these backing up these accumulations are? Lead, nickel, sodium, triglycerides again, arsenic. What's the consequence of not sweating them out and accumulating them? This is the consequence. Aging, dying at 80, 90, 100 is premature. We're supposed to live to 150, 200, maybe even greater. If we learn how to use this tool like a machine, like a water machine, and flush out and keep our water very pure. Okay? You sweat out, it's like 25 to 50 times the concentration of a liter of water. A bottle of water is so clean it has only 0.0001 milligrams of lead and nickel in it, right? A liter of sweat, 2 bottles of water in size, has 0.05 milligrams minimum to 0.75 because it can range up, which is a speck of sand or greater. Okay? That's like 25 cases of water. In one session, I knock out what you drink and you meticulate over. It's crazy. I will drink water from Flint, Michigan on national television. I will drink it and I will go sweat it out. And if someone can test my sweat for me and see that it's triple the amount of lead in it, prove that toxins, the first 8 ounces, the first 1/3 of your liter, are your daily toxins from the air you breathe that day, your diet. I've lived it firsthand. If I drank the night before, the alcohol's coming out. If I ate blueberries and bananas in the breakfast and I ran in the afternoon, I'm smelling fruit. It's the way it is. Our toxins are meant to come out every day. And then the second layer is deep in the organs when you're really going. Mark my words, this is all true. You're going to be fascinated with this. You're going to get rid of your toxins from your daily input, from food and air, and then you're going to peel back into like your organs and cells and drag out the other stuff that's been accumulating. All right, and you're going to make your body pure again. You're going to look like an athlete looks, a running athlete, not just an athlete. Because baseball players, they suffer from not sweating. They look horrible at 40. You have to run and sweat. Look at the soccer players. Look at the basketball players. They look amazing. They don't have lead, nickel, and sodium in their system. This could be you. I've said it in my interviews. This could be you. You can control this. This is easier than you think. We got this, guys. We might have missed it once, but I'm not going to let us miss it again. It's too elementary. I told you. I didn't make the body up to be 42 liters of water. I didn't make 2 to 4 million sweat glands and 90,000 open pores connected to all the parts in the body where these toxins are hanging out. They just happen to be hanging out on the other end of the sweat system inside your body. And if you just do a little force, this moving water just taking them and saying goodbye. Same toxins that will take your life and give you brain ailments. Yes, lead, arsenic, mercury, vinyl chloride, fluoride. I don't care what they are. They're all going on my roller coaster, putting a seatbelt on, good or bad, magnesium, calcium. I don't care. You're all coming with the force of water out of my body. And guess what? I'm going to have some magnesium, pop some supplemental magnesium and calcium, eat some bananas for phosphorus, and I'm fine. Believe me, these minerals are overrated. All right, I take supplements, magnesium only. I don't even need to. I eat. You can eat anything you want because you replenish. This is not what it's about. It's about getting the bad out of your body. We've missed the boat. It's not about what you eat. You can try to split hairs by eating a salad that has, by the way, has nickel. You're splitting hairs. Yeah, you feel good when you eat healthy. Good eating healthy is important to feel good, but you're still taking in the bad byproducts. There's nothing out there that doesn't have them. Everything, vegetables, meats, we need them all. God gave us these things to eat. We need all of it. You got to steal the good from everything and then eject all the bad in one fell swoop with a power cycle liter of sweat. That's how I live my life. I eat and drink boundlessly. I drink alcohol 3 times a week. I enjoy my vodka and clubs. It doesn't matter. I sweat everything out. This is what we were designed to do. We were designed to live long lives, 200 years, and be flexible like this the whole way through. I mean, we're going to age a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I mean, aging's not bad. You can't keep up with the change completely, but you can do a pretty good job fighting it. Okay. Like I said, we got some sheets here. I mean, here's the World Health Organization. No amount of lead in the body is considered safe. That's the EPA. Lead is a cumulative toxin that deposits in the brain, liver, and kidneys and bones. Okay? It's in your sweat per liter, 0.05 to 0.75 milligrams. Lead alone, that's a speck of sand. Picture a speck of sand like the hourglass dropping every time you do a workout. At the end of 20 years, you have a pile of sand on the hourglass, right? The same concept. It actually is a speck of sand in weight. The largest piece of sand weighs 0.05 milligrams. The largest piece of sand in your vision, you can pick one up. That's how much lead is coming out of your body at minimum when you do a liter. Okay, and I know people haven't known about the fact that lead and nickel's in their sweat because it was a trace metal in a small, tiny category at the end. Trace metals, very tiny amount. Okay, we missed that part. Okay, but guess what? It's not just lead. It's sugars, salts, sodium, heavy metals, lead, nickel, arsenic, mercury. It's chemicals too. Like I told you about vinyl chloride or whatever it's called. Fluoride is talked about a lot now. They're all coming out in your water. Trust me, they're there. Okay? They all lead to something. Look, high blood pressure. Sodium leads to high blood pressure. Sodium is the main ingredient in sweat. I've gotten pile bags of salt out of my body from running. You don't think that my body is better off with 2 less 5-pound bags of salt not in me? Okay, and that's just salt. Triglycerides are in the microgram measurements. It hasn't been measured yet, but I'm telling you, it's in your blood. The fat's in your blood. The water, number 3 carrier of water in your body, that's it's coming out in your sweat. Triglycerides. Those are the fats in blood, and they're from meats. They're fat. They're plain old fat, and they will clog your arteries. And that's how heart disease is a big killer, and so is cancer. Okay. So the World Health, they already said, why lead's doing it. We have the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry that they rank them based on the autopsies, like I told you, the toxicological reports. They show up, okay, and that's how they rank them. It's an all-in-one solution. All the bad the body needs and wants to get rid of on a regular basis is a liter sweat. If I was just talking about lead, which I'm primarily I'm highlighting lead. If I was just talking about lead in your sweat, I could probably still succeed. I'm confident of that. However, I'm not just talking about lead. It's crazy. It's not just lead. It's nickel. It's mercury, arsenic, salt, sodium. It's triglycerides. It's all of them. Do you understand? And nobody's been doing this for forever in history. And just look, why are 9 out of 10 people dying so early of these terrible diseases? Why are people aging, looking horrible? Because they're boiling their water in their body. You're making Malachi cocktails with your brain and your body. You're letting these toxins and chemicals just boil in there. Sickening. Your body's actually been doing good. I know these facts now, and I'm actually like, look at people and say, wow, their body actually held up pretty good against all these toxins, but not really. But you think about it, some people get to live 70 or 80 years old, and it's like, well, think about if we're really supposed to live to 200. People say, oh, why do you want to live that long? Well, if you can maintain your youth the whole way through, if you can essentially be 30 or 40 your whole life or close to it, I think you take life. Life is great. Life is good. We love life. You only get one opportunity in life, right? So why not try to make it as long as you can? And I'm telling you, I believe God made our bodies to be 150 years old minimum and be extremely flexible. Extremely flexible. I mean, to be 50 and to get better as every year goes on, this is what this can do for you. This is the power of water, guys. I didn't make up water, okay? I didn't make it up. It's a powerful force of nature. It's a powerful force of nature, and guess what? I'm just talking about toxins today, and they're killing you already. So I just happen to be lucky enough to combine and figure out that this water is so powerful that it's there to remove these toxins. And I'm getting a little animate, a little excited. I think this is going to come out, and we're going to progress. People are going to get healthier, and again, lead's going in the brain, liver, kidneys, and bones. Jimmy Valvado, you died of bone cancer. You got a foundation that emails me for donations. I understand you want donations. I emailed you about what might be causing bone cancer. If lead's being deposited in the bones as well, it's a radioactive element, ranked number 2. Haven't you thought about maybe that's causing bone cancer? I mean, why not? I'm confused. We're all like, we're willing to accept death, cancer, or aunts, uncles, cousins. Who knows? Breast cancer takes young women. All these people that you might have known, everybody knows someone that passed of cancer. Look at how hard it is. People have blamed God. Why God has cancer? He doesn't. He gave us the tool to get rid of this. I'm telling you. Okay, it's the prevention tool and hence the cure for cancer, heart disease, depression, diabetes, because they're all coming out in tiny, the extraction methodology of taking them out in tiny amounts, often it adds up. We know things add up. We've heard that term, it adds up. Well, yeah, it adds up, okay? And don't let it add up anymore. This is serious. Revolutionary Power Cycles. Please support me. Giacomo Fasano, self-published book. Hopefully someday it'll be picked up by a publisher. So many facts. I know it's not perfectly written and it can use a little bit of editing, but it's original. I wanted to keep it that way. You'll get through it. 600 pages, a lot of pictures, okay? Spirituality, grow your spirit. Your spirit's part of your body. We know that. Naturally, we can all say our spirit's part of our body, right? Guess what? When you're running, you use your whole body, inside and out. Your spirit's part of your body. And if you use your whole body when you're running, then essentially running exercises your spirit, and it does. And you grow your spirituality. I'm very comfortable with it. I'm very comfortable. The endorphins help you with spirituality. And most importantly, your will to win, will to fight on, will to succeed. That is like simultaneous, adjacent to your spirit, your will. So you can identify with that. So if you're growing your will and using your will when you're running, you're going to grow your spirit. So total body strength there. We need to start cleaning our bodily water. That's all I can say. So important. I don't want to miss anything on this overview, but I think I've given you enough. We're going to have other sessions, specialized sessions, and thank you very much. Look forward to talking to you again.